Hey Libra, Libra rising, sun and moon. Let's get into your August horoscope. So, Libra, in August, everything hits you at once. I mean, throughout the whole month, of course, but I think everything hits you, meaning like your physical appearance, your body, your will, your identity, the person that you've been becoming, even your power, because there are ways that you've been avoiding your own self or neglecting yourself. I think that your full body comes in conflict with your mental, on August 6th, Mars is going to be going into your sign. Mars is uncomfortable in Libra because it has to negotiate, it has to compromise, it has to talk about things. And within the first house is your will. It is your Mars in the first house wants to do something about it. And I feel like it can be met with this irritability, even this restlessness, like bumping into everything, tripping over things, feeling like everyone wants something from you or everyone is demanding something from you, Libra. Mars here can really like wake up your fighting instinct. It's when it's in Libra, it's like it's conflicted because Libra doesn't actually want to fight. They actually would like to bring things together and save the union. You don't want to argue. You want to keep the peace at all costs because you feel like it's keeping you at your center. But I feel like this month you're gonna feel it in your skin. You're gonna feel it in your voice, your posture, the way that your body moves is definitely going to want to stop shrinking. This is definitely a call to stop shrinking and move in ways that you actually mean it and start moving in ways that's actually helping you other than the next person. On August 9th, Mars is going to be opposing Saturn and Neptune in Aries. And, the first house is the house of the body, and it is you. And it opposing your seventh house, Saturn and Neptune. Like, Saturn is asking you, is this sustainable? What I'm doing right now, is this really going to sustain me the way I need to be sustained? And Neptune is asking you, like, Neptune is saying, like, but I love this idea. I love this fantasy. And you're just stuck in between choosing yourself and holding space for someone else who may never change, Libra. And, Saturn and Neptune, when they're sitting in your seventh house of partnerships, of other people, it's reflecting back your boundaries, reflecting back confusion, this emotional debt that's not being met or paid. It's a very thin line moment. I think that you're like drawing the line, Libra, and you may feel unseen or you may feel unsupported, like you're giving too much, like you're having to be way too much without anything being reciprocated back to you. You might recognize that what you want from someone else, you really haven't been giving yourself. And I feel like this is a moment of truth. Saturn in the seventh house actually, like, Saturn actually likes to be, in the seventh house because, it's a house of Libra and Saturn is exalted in Libra, but it is actually opposing you, Libra. So it's really asking you to, like, if you want to connect with someone, you need clarity or you need to let it fall. And it's really like a truth serum or a hard pill to swallow when you realize you haven't been given into yourself, but you're asking it from another person. And Neptune is just like, is this even real? Like, how can I make a fantasy of it still? But in the month of, August is really going to hit you hard. And then you're also, and on August 9th, there's also going to be a full moon in Aquarius, which is your fifth house of children, self-expression, joy and romance. And this moon really ends something here that you've been clinging on to just for like the source of comfort, a situation, or a relationship or something that you've been entangled in, or even a project that has run its course, a creative project that you could have outgrown, things that you could have outgrown that do not bring you joy anymore, a performance or a persona that you've been putting on that you have outlived, Libra. And it's about coming to this record, this revolution of joy, and what you do for others versus what actually lights you up, what actually makes you happy, Libra. And it isn't about fun. I think this is about like sovereignty, being truthful with yourself and what your joy actually is. You know, what you're giving away just to feel adored, wanted, keep the peace. Stay inside of a union is what you could create if you really stop begging for someone else's approval, or even not even begging. It's more like if you stop looking like you're begging because Libra can really debate, and they can debate and think that the other person is going to understand them, and give them time, give the other person time to do something for them. And even when it comes to like, it doesn't even have to be unionship if you're not in a relationship. It just be something that you're doing that you keep on trying and trying and trying, and it's just not working. You know what I'm saying? It's just not giving you exactly what you need. And in the fifth house, and things are not bringing you joy, it's not lighting you up, it's not bringing you the creativity, it's not bringing you the art, it's not opening you up, Libra. And you need that, especially being ruled by Venus. You need creativity into your life. You need happiness, you need abundance. And if those things around you and people are blocking that off, it's actually blocking a part of you, and you can't let that happen anymore, Libra. So on August 11th, Mercury is going to be going direct in Libra, and in Leo. So this is your 11th house. Mercury in the 11th brings, communication between friends, because this is the 11th house. This is like your audience, your long-term goals. This is like your community and things of that nature. And you're just getting clarity around those things, a group that you've been associated with, people that you have associated with online, or things that you've been doing online, or just things that you do in your community. Maybe a dream is even evolving in some type of way. And maybe, you start to feel the fog lift, and you start to be more clear about things. You can communicate your vision again, and people who align with you will show up. And the thing about Libra, risings, is it's better that you support people that are supporting, that need support, right? But it is better that you're supporting things that you actually support. You shouldn't have to go out of what you believe in, your Trump goals. It should align with what you truly believe in, right? You shouldn't have to put yourself on a back burner, but you can work together with others, because this is 11th house, and make things happen even faster. But basically, Libra, you're a team player, you're a teammate, and that's where you thrive the most. And on August 12th, you're going to have Venus conjuncting Jupiter in Cancer. And this is a big type of energy within your 10th house, right? Because this is a house of status, visibility, your career, your life path, your direction, even authority. So you can experience an opportunity, maybe a job opportunity, maybe a surge in like this public, in whatever you're doing publicly. You can step up, you can get promoted into something professionally. But if it can also bring like over exposure, maybe this false flattery, because it's in Leo. Because it's Venus and Jupiter. Those are very, like, those are planets that wants to give a lot. So it can even be like this, like more than you thought it would be, and it creates this ego trap, and it's not really rooted in you. It's more so rooted in like just like moments of your success, or just a surge out of nowhere. And it won't, if you are not like rooted in actually doing the work within yourself, it's not going to last, because then again you have to keep up with an image that's not actually you know what I'm saying? Definitely keep your boundaries up, and accept all positions, of course, accept what aligns with you, because this is the moment to really own your success. But you have to be yourself, and not every opportunity is going to align, and not all praise is actually needed. besides the one that you're feeling joyful from and happy from, you're really feeling a deep sense of gratitude. That's how you know that it's aligned, for you, because you're being yourself. It's even a criable moment. That's how you kind of know it's aligned, because it's in Cancer. It really makes you feel something. And August 22nd, the sun is going to be going into Venus, and Venus is in your 12th house. Excuse me, the sun is going to be going into Virgo, and Virgo is your 12th house, Libra. And so this is the house of hidden, the hidden, the mystic, the subconscious, the dreams, the spiritual underworld. And this things can get really quiet, right? They can get internal, they can get shadowy. You may even want to be in solitude. You may feel emotional. You can feel like you need to rest. This is really take a next step back, and don't avoid the silence too, because there's something in there for you. There's something that you must come to terms with about your shadow side, or about yourself. And this is a time of cleansing, Libra. There's something deep really trying to be like leave your field, or something that was buried deep trying to leave your field, so like your energy field. So please don't resist it. Let it leave. Let a part of you go, and so your actual version can emerge. Even if you have to do this alone, behind closed doors, it's definitely happening within you internally. And on August 23rd, you're going to have a new moon in Virgo, in your 12th house. And so this is where the inner work really becomes real. This is where you have a portal of letting go, Libra. And this is, this can be a mindset, this can be a wound, this can be an old dream that no longer aligns to who you are now. This can be something that is just not for you, and it's not for you. So just let this moon purge you, this new moon purge you. On August 25th, you're going to have Venus entering into Leo within your 10th house. And Venus moving into your 11th house. I don't know if I said 10th, but 11th house, Venus in Leo. The house of friends, the house of collective, public search, public reach. This is now you becoming a magnet. People want to hear you, they want to see you, they want to know what you have to say, but definitely don't chase this visibility. Just attract the right tribe, because not everyone is for you, Libra, and they never were. Like this transit is really going to boost you socially, and you want to remain as being this authentic version of yourself, because that's how you get the most out of that transit. Venus being in your you're moving into your 11th house. And so this month is definitely personal for you, Libra. Your body is changing, your relationships are demanding truth from you, your purpose is demanding you, your purpose is climbing, you're climbing your purpose, you're getting more aligned to who you are. Your inner world is definitely erupting, but for your own evolution, and you are being pushed into the next evolution, and you can't take these old patterns with you. Let people misunderstand you, let these systems collapse, let these versions, let these illusions die that need to die, because this is your season. This is not your season, but this is the month of like your preparation, what I'm saying, before the next season where your solo return is. You are really becoming the version of yourself that doesn't compromise, that doesn't need another person to say okay, but you're aligning to what makes you okay, what makes you feel good about yourself. And so yeah, that's all I have for you, Libra. I hope that was helpful. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, please, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, Libra.